Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our humble monthly review and giveaway series, where today we'll be trying our luck with the March 2016 bundle. For those of you who may not already know, the Humble Monthly is a subscription service in which you pay $12 a month to receive 6 mystery games handpicked by the fellas over at the Humble Bundle on the first Friday of every month. 5% of every monthly bundle purchased goes to a charity of their choosing. This month's charity was Special Effect, the only specialized UK-based charity dedicated to helping all people with disabilities enjoy video games. They not only provide games access assessments and loans, but also work towards changing the way the whole world plays by collaborating with developers. If you believe that everyone from injured soldiers to young disabled people in the hospitals, hospice, rehabilitation centers, or at home deserve to play video games, check out their website in the description below. And please consider donating. While 60 cents goes toward it for every bundle, contributing the full price is 20 times that, so if the Humble Monthly just isn't for you or you want to contribute more, you still can. Before we kick things off, this month saw a minor change worth mentioning in the form of a 10% discount on the Humble store, just as an added sweetness for the deal. Also, on a personal note, my rating system has shifted to suit the feedback I've received from the community. This isn't the video to speak about it in depth, but I do plan on making one explicitly for this discussion and look forward to hearing some more feedback. What's important to note is that anything greater than a 5 is generally positive, while anything below is generally negative to varying degrees. But without further ado, the review. The games that subscribers received for the month of March are Ark Survival Evolved, Wasteland 2 Director's Cut, Grav, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, B.R.A.G.S, and Sentinels of the Multiverse, the video game. Don't forget to watch the reviews if you haven't already for more information and context. Click on the portraits at any time for a refresher. The first thing we're going to take a look at is prices, which are nice and objective. And while prices don't say much about the games themselves, we all love ourselves a good deal. Purchasing the games at full price would normally run you $132.94, meaning that the bundle saved us $120.94. It's worth noting that I only felt the games were worth around $120 in total, which means that there are a few titles that inflate its value through what feels like overpricing. Still, that's an impressive $108 in savings. Had you bought the games on sale, you would have spent a minimum of $66.32, but even then the bundle manages to save us another $54.62. So regardless of how you look at it, as long as you're looking at it from a purely economic standpoint, the bundle was very much friendly with your wallet. The overall gameplay of the bundle earns a 7.3 out of 10, which falls into the range of a low B, a pretty decent score which half of the titles fall below. So what does that mean? In this case, it means that the bundle had some pretty great titles, but some that perhaps weren't so enjoyable. My most engaging and fun experiences came from Wasteland and Shantae, both of which had strong control schemes and entertaining narratives. Ark was visually stunning and rife with potential because of its sheer depth, but everything else suffered from a few things. B.R.A.G.S gets a partial pass because it's meant to be a clunky, infuriating mess, but for Grav, the problem was a lack of innate direction and a terrible slog of a grind. It was pretty vague, and some of its ideas were overly confusing. Sentinels of the Multiverse, while fun, shoots itself in the foot by having no sense of progression, which can lead to intense moments of frustration with new players. However, despite these issues, nothing dipped too low to be considered objectively bad, just points worth considering when sizing them up. It wasn't the most fun I've had with the bundle, but it could have been worse. Value is where things take a bit of a stumble, earning a 6.5 out of 10, which classifies it as a B-, just narrowly avoiding a C+. Again, 3 out of 6 fell below that threshold, so let's talk about why. The first reason is the oversaturation of survival sandboxes. While there are many genres where 2 games in it can feel entirely different and offer unique experiences, survival sandbox is not one of them. While Ark took a hit for being too similar to Rust, which we got a couple of months back, Grav took a worse one for being the second survival sandbox in this bundle. It sums up its genre pretty well by saying that it's not any different from the rest of them, and that's my problem. B.R.A.G.S only narrowly misses its mark and lost points simply because it's got a very niche mechanic style that many won't enjoy. A novel idea and an interesting experiment nonetheless. Shantae manages to capture the nostalgic feel of the handheld, while Wasteland manages to be an asset simply by being amazing. It's a game with longevity that has you thinking about it when you're not playing it. it. Most notably, Sentinels of the Multiverse scores highly for its innovative gameplay and addictive strategy that gives it layers of depth while remaining mostly approachable. If you make it deep enough through your initial frustration, it can truly be something special. It's sad that these titles were brought down so far simply because of too many repeated ideas, or perhaps it's lucky that they managed to keep the bundle afloat, leaving me with a good impression ultimately. Overall, the bundle earns a 6.9 out of 10, which keeps it stuck at good with a B-. While it's generally got positive experiences, it feels like more adventurous decisions could have made it great, or even amazing. While I don't feel like I wasted my money, I can't help but feel a little disappointed. With half scoring lower, saying that it left me hot and cold has never been more fitting. But hey, there's still a couple of extras to consider before you pass your judgment. This month we saw the party deathmatch arena game BattleSloths, a humble original consisting of 50% sloth, 50% gun, and 60% pizza, because no matter how full you are, there's always room for pizza. Until you hit 23. God bless. Subscribers also got SwitchCars, which is a full game on Steam that debuted with the bundle. Well, it's early access alpha, but we don't have to buy it, even when it's complete and released. How neat is that? Also, games that debut in the bundle won't get a review because they're not what I consider core bundle. It feels more like an added treat. You can see my first reactions here or here if you want to see whether or not they fill some of the holes. But I thought they were pretty cool. The games up for grabs this time around are I Am Bread and another game of your choosing, so be sure to read the rules in the description below to learn how you can get your cursor on these digital goodies. Or you can just answer the question if you're 18 or older. Who would you save in the post-apocalypse? Your food source from giant plants and bugs, or your water supplier from bandits? That was a tough one, but I went for the familiarity of a human enemy. Mostly because it takes longer to starve than dehydrate to death, and I fucking hate bugs. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this batch of reviews and some of the changes I've made. Until next time, remember that failure is not the worst case scenario, so glow on with your bad selves and stay awesome.